Hello everyone and welcome back again to IB Master. Today we will go more deeply in analyzing the quadratic equation, and in order to understand more the behavior of the equation from increasing and decreasing and how the graph will look like. Last time we talked about the discriminant. And as we know, discriminant is delta is equal b squared minus 4ac. And it has three cases. Discriminant could be bigger than 0, or discriminant is equal 0, or discriminant is less than 0. Now we will talk about how the graph will look like in every case of the three. In case of delta bigger than 0, so the graph could be one of these two cases. It could be parabola up and intersect with x in 2 points because it must have two real roots. So this is in the case of a bigger than 0. And in case of a less than 0, it will be parabola down intersecting with x-axis in 2 points. In case of delta is equal 0, it will have one repeated root, same like this case. So it will just touch, not intersect the x-axis in 1 point. So this is in case a bigger than 0. And it will be parabola down in case of a less than 0. And in case if it is delta less than 0, that means no real root, so no intersection at all for this case. Now we will do example 1, which will make us go more deeply to know how to analyze the quadratic equation. As we see, that's y equal 2x squared minus 12x plus 10. So as we see that we have here that's a is equal to, that's mean positive. So we could predict that the parabola will open toward up. So we could say that it will be concave up. Okay, so now we will go to calculate delta, or the discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac, which is equal, b squared is 144 because it's 12 square, minus 4 times a times 2 times c times 10. So we will get that delta is 64. As we studied before, that delta is bigger than 0, so we will have two real root, x1 and x2. And when we solve it, and later in next episodes we will learn how to find the root. When we solve it, we will find that x1, that's mean it's intersect with x at 1 and intersect x2 at 5. And also, as we studied before, that as we see here in the equation, the coefficient without x is equal 10, and this is the y-intercept, which is equal 10. The only last point to discover is the vertex, and as we said before, that this is a vertex where the equation change its behavior from increasing to decreasing or decreasing to increasing. And we could write that x vertex is equal minus b over 2a. Here we have b is minus 12, so minus 12 is positive 12 over 2 times a. 2 times 2 is 4, so it is equal 3. And of course, to find y of vertex, we substitute with the 3 to the main equation, and we will get that y vertex is equal minus 8. So here the coordinate is 3 and minus 8. So as we saw, that now we analyze and know more data about the quadratic equation. So here, as we see, example 2 is mainly make us to understand what will be the behavior of the equation in several cases. As we saw, f of x or y, we know that in the function y is equal f of x is equal to x squared minus 6x plus k. K here is the coefficient without x, that means k is the y-intercept. Also, before reading the question, I could predict or know that this graph of this equation is open upward or concave up, because the a is equal to, which is positive. So he need here the value of k in 6 cases. Case 1, f of x is equal 0, and given also that it has exactly 1 root or 2 equal root. If we back, then we think, what is the case that the quadratic equation has the quadratic equation has 1 real root? That's mean discriminant. That's mean the discriminant is equal 0. That's mean b squared minus 4ac is equal 0. So we will substitute b squared here minus 6 all square minus 4 times 2 times k is equal 0. 36 minus 8k is equal 0. So 8k is equal 36. So we will find that k will equal 36 over 8. So it's equal 4.5. And so on. So if we go to number B, f of x is equal 0 and has exactly 2 root. So it will be the same equation, b squared minus 4ac, but instead of equal, it will be inequality. It will be bigger than 0. So the solution for B will be k less than 4.5. So that's mean in every case that B is less in k less than 4.5, the equation will have the another root. For number C, we could say that when delta less than 0, okay, we could predict that delta less than 0, that's mean has no real root. Okay, so we will do also, as we said, 36 minus 8k will be less than 0. So in this case, the answer will be k bigger than 4.5. For number D, he wants the k in case delta bigger than and equal 0. So in this case, we have two things, maybe either 1 or 2 real root. So we will do the same and we will get that the answer k will be less than and equal 4.5. In number E, he asked for f of x is always positive and it has no real root. So has no real root, that's mean again delta will be less than 0, so it will be something like number C, so k bigger than 4.5. And in number F, he asked in case of f of x is always positive or 0. That's mean it has either exactly one root or no real root. That's mean delta less than and equal 0. In this case, k will be bigger than and equal 4.5. At the end of this session, I hope that you all understand how to analyze, and please put in the comment section if you need us to make more episode of practice examples. And I hope that you got more information, and see you soon in new episode. Thank you.